On today's Star Wars lore video, we take a closer look at the Battle of Scarif. Hey guys, this is Eckhart's Ladder. Hello and welcome to another Star Wars canon lore video. Today we're looking at the Battle of Scarif, and specifically the ships used by both the Empire and the Rebel Alliance. Let's start first with the Rebel Alliance, and we'll start with the biggest ship and work our way down. The most powerful capital ship used by the Alliance was the MC-75 Mon Calamari cruiser, known as the Profundity. There have been other MC-75s in canon, but this is the only time we've seen one on screen. The Profundity served as the flagship for Admiral Raddus, whose name would later be lent to one of the New Republic's MC-85 cruisers. The MC-75 was an important part of the Rebel fleet, not only taking ships into battle, but shielding the Tantive 4. Mon Calamari cruisers work very well as flagships due to their combination of decent firepower, really impressive durability, and typically top-of-the-line sensors and other technology. The MC-75 was the only true cruiser used by the Rebel Alliance at Scarif. Their next largest vessels were 3 Nebulon B frigates. Nebulon Bs are decent ships. They have good speed, they can bring starfighters into battles, and they have a decent amount of firepower for their size. Still, their focus is on taking out starfighters, which explains why, given the Nebulon B was the second largest ship at battle, that the Rebels struggled to take down the 2 Imperial 1 Star Destroyers used by the Empire. The Rebels also made use of several CR-90 corvettes, often referred to as Rebel blockade runners, which again are typically used in an anti-starfighter role. With an excellent combination of speed and firepower, CR-90s are actually excellent corvettes. Ships like these were crucial to the battle as they helped protect Rebel starfighters, especially Y-Wings as they attacked the Star Destroyers. One of these CR-90s was the Tantive 4 or the Tantive E4, although as previously mentioned, that ship spent most of its time in the belly of the Profundity. Next we have 3 Hammerhead corvettes, including the Lightmaker, which was the ship that took down the crippled Star Destroyer. These ships seem to be inspired by the old Hammerhead cruisers used by the Old Republic in Star Wars Legends, but in canon, they fill pretty much the same role as the CR-90s. If anything, the standard Hammerhead corvette is probably a little less versatile than the CR-90. The CR-90 possesses 2 dual turbo lasers, which are at least dangerous enough to do some damage to an enemy capital ship. The Hammerhead typically possesses anti-starfighter laser cannons only. Next we have the Braha'tok, sometimes referred to as the Dornian gunship. These vessels first appeared in Return of the Jedi, although they're very difficult to see. As a gunship, the Braha'tok acts much like a corvette, focusing on enemy starfighters. However, gunships typically trade some size and armor for even more speed. It is worth notable that the Braha'tok does actually contain missile launchers, so it could theoretically damage enemy capital ships. Finally, in the way of capital ships, the Rebels made use of GR-75 transports. If you want to see why I thought they brought them into battle, click this video in the upper right hand corner. It's quite obvious that the Rebels had very limited firepower, focusing most of their efforts on starfighter defense. This was standard for Rebel fleets, mostly due to the fact that capital ships were so expensive and hard to acquire. Instead, they used starfighters for most of their offensive output. At this battle, the Rebel Alliance used U-Wings, although they were pretty much delegated to a transport role, at least 3 squadrons of X-Wings, including Red Squadron, which first appeared in A New Hope, and Y-Wings as their main bombers. Among the Y-Wings were Gold Squadron, again, ships which appeared first in A New Hope. It's worth noting that at the Battle of Endor, Aftermath character Nora Wexley was part of Gold Squadron, however she had not joined and was not even flying a Y-Wing by the Battle of Scarif. Finally, we have the Ghost from Star Wars Rebels, which is a modified VCX-100 light freighter. Presumably the ship was piloted by Hera Syndulla and survived the battle, but I don't think either of those things have been confirmed. Onto the Empire, this battle is interesting because it sort of represents the Galactic Civil War as a whole. Where the Rebel Alliance focused on many small anti-starfighter ships, the Imperials instead used large Imperial-class Star Destroyers. 3 destroyers in total participated in the battle. There was the Persecutor, the ship which was disabled by the Y-Wings, then rammed by the Hammerheads. That ship was knocked into the Intimidator, and then finally Darth Vader's Devastator appeared late battle to clean up the Rebel forces as they were jumping to hyperspace. Imperial 1s were a decent ship choice for this battle. They possessed both anti-starfighter weaponry and anti-capital ship turbo laser cannons. These turbo lasers were far more powerful than anything possessed by the Rebel Alliance, and with them they were able to keep the small to medium-sized ships at bay. The main threat against the capital ships were Rebel starfighters. In space, the Empire used primarily TIE starfighters to help counter this threat, while in atmosphere they used TIE Reapers and TIE Strikers as well. The Empire here would have really benefited from some smaller corvettes or frigates, anything to help protect against starfighters. With those smaller screening craft, they could have taken the battle to the Rebel capital ships directly. With the power of 2 Star Destroyers, they could have easily taken down the Profundity, crippling the Rebel fleet. It is quite surprising that such an important Imperial research facility was so lightly protected, but it sure made for an interesting battle. Those are all of the ships used by the Rebel Alliance and the Imperials during the Battle of Scarif. Let me know what you thought of this battle, and down in the comments whether you like it more or less than the Battle of Endor. Also let me know what video ideas you'd like to see me cover next, and just generally anything you'd like to see on this channel. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, this has been Eckhart's Ladder. May the Force be with you.